So whenever you are going for an a VLSI practical, you should adopt certain kind of language that we are considering as a VHDL benchmark over here. Either we will proceed for VHDL or Verilog. Is it correct? So under that we have studied already the VHDL, and in that VHDL now today we will see how to go for the actual simulation or design of your uh, VHDL programming. Okay, so everyone knows about the entity, everyone knows about the architecture. Is it correct? Hmm? So all the things are getting readily available for us in the Xilinx ISC 13.1. That software we are going to use for the practicals. Okay, and after that, what we have to do is this. And after that, what we have to do is this. We have to start with it. Now you can see already the project is opened over here. So what I'll do is this. I'll just close it. I think the procedure is clear to you all or not. Anyone can reply to me. Yes, the procedure is clear to you all or not? Yes, everyone familiar with the software Xilinx ISC 13.1. Whether are you guys familiar? Say yes or no so that I can proceed with the basics of that software. I'll tell you why it has been used or where it has been used. Are you guys aware about it? Pratiksha, Sureka, Shraddha, Saujanya is there, Ashwini is there, huh? Sushant, Bhushan. Anyone can reply, no? Are you guys aware about the Xilinx 13.1? Rishikesh is there, Vishal is there.
No,
No. So should we revise it today again? Should we revise the steps? How to create the project? How to open up that or how to deal with that software? Should we proceed like this? Hmm? Say yes or no. Hmm. Yes, Ashwini, what we should do?
I screenshot
In short,
screenshot the all the
okay. So what I'll do is this. I'll now right now the screen is visible to all now. Is it correct? Screen is
yes.
visible. Okay. So once you are going to click on your ISP navigator over here, now you can see the shortcut is on to the desktop. Okay. So once I'm going to double click on that, you will get this wizard window. Under this, you need to go for the file. There you need to create the new project. Give the name to the project as. Now what do you want to create? A simple, let's say, half header you want to create. Okay. So I given the name as half header. Okay. But I just want to change the location also. So what I did it, I have selected the desktop folder, and over there I have created a VLSI, and in that now I am going to make a new folder. In that experiment number 3 I am going to say, but it is the first one. So you can see the path has been shown over here, and the top level source type that we are using is your hardware description language. So just click on next. So now the your whole wizard will come where what you have used, that everything is documented over here. The property name, what evaluation board, what kind of board you want to use, Spartan you want to use, or what kind of board you want to use, that you have to select. Means what? You have a startup kit, we have the Vivado kit. Okay, so under that Altera, Vertex, so all families of your what I can say, the VHDLs are included over here. The family under which you want to select, that you need to seek the device which you have with you, the package, and the speed of your VHDL. Now see, whenever we are talking about the Xilinx, we will come to know about only the Spartan kits, Spartans. Okay, then CPLD kits. So like this, we can change the top level source. What we have used, we have used the HDL. Then synthesis tools, that XCST. Your simulator, you need to use the ISM, VHDL, and Verilog simulator. That is very much important. Preferred language, your which one you want to use? VHDL, not the Verilog. Is it correct? So just you can keep it by default, no issue with that. Okay, you can just keep it out or what. You can use anything. It depends on you. Next, once you click on the next, you will finish it. So once you finish it, you will come to know your project has been created over here. But just what you need to do is this: just click on the project, click on the new source, and here you need to create your VHDL module. So now you want to create a half adder, so give the file name as half underscore adder. Okay. So once you given the name like this, you will come to know about the entity name and architecture of the same. Now we have the behavioral architecture. So as we know about the half adder. What the inputs are there for your half adder? For your half adder is having the two inputs, your A and B data, and he's going to give us the output as sum and carry. Is it correct? Whatever right now I told you, was it correct? Huh? So I have given the name as A and B as input, sum as S and carry as C. So my sum will be the output and carry will be the output. So here I have defined my whole entity as well as the port description through which we want to communicate. Okay. So here we have two terminals. Those are the inputs and this S and C will be your output. So once I'm going to click on it, so it will give me the name of entity, that is hard half adder or HAL underscore adder, architecture name as behavioral, and port description he is going to show us what the A pin has been used as input, B pin has been used as input, S pin has been used as output, C has been used as output. Sorry, C pin has been used as output one. So once I'm going to click on finish, he'll give us the readily generated code. Now you can see library IEEE, then use IEEE standard logic underscore 166 dot all. Okay, so entity is there, entity in that A, B are in standard logic defined, architecture behavioral style that is defined. Now only the remaining thing what we need to do is this: we need to just add the, what we can say, only, let me add this people and then we will proceed. Only we have to write something over there. Is it correct? What we have to write? We have to write the code name as what? A and B. Now you are here. What you are going to write it? S. S you need to assign something. S assigned with. What you are going to assign to S? A. A. XOR. What is the your what I can say, the Boolean equation for the same? Some A XOR B. Is it correct? Is it correct for your half header? Then what we have, the carry with us. Now that is less than or equals to carry your A ANDed with B. So this statement will be there. Is it correct? Sum and carry. So your VHDL code now get completed in behavioral. Okay. So once we have completed, just click on save and just go to the synthesis XST or implementation design. In synthesis XST, that is your Xilinx synthesis tool, and just double click on this particular check syntax. So once you double click on it, you will give you the message as process check syntax has been completed. So what we did it first, we started with a project under file. I'll revise it quickly what we did it earlier. Let me admit him. Okay, so in this, what we did, we go here, we created a new project, we have given the name. After that, we have created the wizard. Then we click on the project, then click on to the new. Under that, we have selected the VHDL module. We have given the name it as half adder. After that, he asked us to select the port. In that, we have selected the 4 port pins, out of which 2 pins are input and other 2 pins are output. This much we did it, and at last we added few Boolean equation in this architecture, and that would be your half adder. Okay, and then what we did it, we have checked the syntax. Now what we need to do, we need to write the test bench for the same. So in order to write the test bench, what we have to do is this: we need to go for the simulation, just click on it, this one, and go to your project under that new source. But whenever you are selecting at the implementation time, you were selecting the VHDL module, but at the time of simulation you need to select the VHDL test bench, and you have to give the name as have underscore adder underscore tb. In this way also you can write, or only tb you can write, no issue with that. And just click on next, and he will ask you the half adder, that is your entity name, and he will generate the test bench for the same. Now see, the test bench of your half adder has been generated. So what you have to do is this: I have already generated test bench with me. So what I'll do is this: I'll just copy it and just paste it over here. So before that, what we need to do, we need to just remove this particular clock cycles, as we don't want real-time simulation. We are going to see it. Okay, so what we'll do is this, up to what I have copied. Okay, and process. So just I am going to paste it over here. Now you can see I have created a test bench for a is equal to 0, b is equal to 0. The input signal has been given. After that he will wait for 100 nanoseconds and then 0 1 1 0 1 1. Okay, so your process end process that we need, it is repeated. So I will change it now. The constant clock cycle also we need to remove it. Okay, so once we done with it, we have to save it. And under this design utility we have, so once you are going to click on it, you will see the ISM simulator will occur and you will ask us to check the behavioral syntax of this particular what I can say, the test bench which we have written for our half adder. Okay, so once I'm going to double click on it, he will give us some that whatever may, if error will be there, he will show us the error, or if error will not be there, your process of behavioral check syntax has been completed successfully. In this way the message will be given to you all. Okay, everyone, are you getting it? Okay, then what we have to do, once we have written the half adder VHDL code and the test bench, what we are going to see, we are going to see the behavioral of the signals, that A and B, and we are observing the sum and carry output, as we want outputs are what, S and C. So let's see now, if suppose you want to generate the schematic of this, so what we have here the facility to see the schematic of your half adder. So once you are going to double click on this view RTL schematic, he will ask us something. So just click on it. So start with the explode wizard. So just click on OK and select this half adder, add it over here in the selected method, and he will create us the half adder. Everyone able to see this? Everyone, are you there? Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is what your schematic, and once you are going to double click on it, he will give you the insider description what is there. Now you can see A, B input, C is there, and somewhere here. Are you getting? In this way you are able to see the RTL schematic of the same also. Now what we want the simulation. Now once we will go to the simulation, we will check the syntax. We already check it. Now what I am going to do is this, I just double click on this, and now our simulation will come in front of us. Now you can see, and once we are going to click on this particular, we'll get the simulation waveform. So whenever your values, it might, you will be able to see it or not, I don't know whether the waveforms are visible to you all, everyone. Hmm? Now you can see the values are 0 0 for initially A, B are 0. At that time sum and carry is also 0. So whenever the state is going to change, that is your A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 1, your sum and carry will be different. So let me change the color of that signal so that you can understand what actually the it is. So I will change the signal color to the red, so your sum will be there, and I will change the color to the this one, so that you can understand what actually. So now for 0 0 it is this, for 0 1 it is 1 0, for 1 0 it is 1 0, and for 1 1 it is 0 1. Are you getting it? In this way your half adder is going to 1. So this is what you need to do under this. So if you want to generate the bit stream and you want to dump this particular code into your what I can say, the hardware, actually what we have, then what we have, we need to go to this process, we need to implement this top module, we need to run it, and he will ask us to generate the bit stream. So for that bit stream we need to go to the new source again, and then we need to create a bit stream and we need to dump it into that kit, and there we are able to see the corresponding pin which we are going to assign for that particular AB as an input, that is your switches, and S and C will be your output in the form of LEDs. So that we are going to see. So just like an what we did it at the time of performing the digital technique practical. What we did it, we have taken the IC and we have connected it like that, in this way that inputs will be given through the switches and output we are seeing onto the ELED side. So that same thing we are going to do it. But here what we did it, we have used the VHDL platform, and accordingly that VHDL platform we are able to see the behavior onto the Xilinx controller. That is what the difference while performing the practical in related to the subject named as digital technique, and here in case of VLSI. Okay, everyone got it, got the procedure? Is there any doubt in this procedure? Yes, any doubt in this? Now, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Rather, I am having the next point to be taught to you. It's 12:30 already. I have to cover next 2 to 3 practical under this only. Hmm. Any doubt? If anyone can unmute yourself
No,
and
sir.
they can. No doubt was there, Snehal. Very good. So the reply I got in a fast manner. So let's proceed. So what I'll do is this. I'll just close this particular thing. We don't want this, and we just close everything. Yes, we want to exit. And now what we'll do is this. We'll close this particular project. Okay. And now next we will proceed with the full adder. So what I'll do is this. I'll just open up the project. Oh my god, that get collapsed. Let it be. So let me open up it again and just click on it. So I'll try to open it. It might not get open. I'll close it. Instead of that, I will go here. Here we have. Now next your practical will be, I think, full adder, and it has been done over here. So let me open up that file. So now you can see the simulation tab instead of that implementation. So this is what your full adder. The same procedure, just like an a half adder, what we did it, that we have to do. But here we have one more added signal in that, that is your C in. Three inputs will be there. A, B, and C in will be there. Sorry. A, B, and C in will be there, and your sum and carry will be the output one. Okay, so that we are going to check, and your Boolean equation is going to change to sum is equal to A XOR B XOR C in, and your carry will be A ANDed with the B. Okay, this is what the equation. Are you getting it, everyone? So you are going to end your behavioral module. Hmm? So once you are going to did it, what we need to go for, we need to go for the simulation. Here you will have the test bench. So the test bench has been already written for A and B. Once A is assigned with B 0, C is assigned with the 0, then C 0 1. So let's check out what the syntax tells to us. So let I'm go to the implementation again. Here I just want to check the syntax, so I'm going to just double click on it. So I got the message as your syntax was completely correct. So once I'm going to double click onto the view schematic, he's asked us to start with the explore wizard. We need to select the full adder, add it, and create the schematic. Now you can see A, B, C in are the inputs, sum and carry will be your output. So once you double click on it, you will see the AND output will be there, and this is what your XOR output. Okay, so let's check the test bench also, whether it is correct or not. And let me just double click on this behavioral syntax and check the console window, where I got the message as behavioral check syntax was completely completed successfully. So it is okay now. So what we will go for now, we will go for the behavioral simulation. So once I am going to click on it, what we are going to get it, we are going to get the symbols are like this. So A, B, C are the inputs. So let me change the color first, and then we will proceed it. So your C in will be, oh my god, it is applicable to all. No, I just want to apply it to the, so let me apply the green to that. A, B will be also same. C in we need to change it, and we are going to change it to let it be for the red. Then we going to change it to the this color. And at last I just want to change the carry to this. So we are able to bifurcate it, what actually the C in, what actually the sum, and what it would be. So let me just hang on it. So see, A, B, C in are the 0 0. At that time we are going to get your sum as 0 and carry as 0. And at last what we have, if your input will be A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0, and your C in is equal to 1, at that time I'm going to get your sum as 1 and carry as 0. Okay, so if it would be there, then what the next stage is, if your A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 0 and your C in is also 0, the same output I'm going to get it. So for all ones, I'm going to get the sum as 1 as well as the carry as 1. Okay, so in this way the clock cycles will get repeated. And if you want to see it, this particular thing into the real time, we need to go for the fractional simulation, and that is not yet nobody had did it over here. Okay, so in this way you can just see the RTL level simulation of the same, and how to write the VHDL code for the same, and how to write the VHDL test bench. So this is what you are a full adder. Any doubt in this full adder? Yes. Any doubt? Snehal, Ashwini, Smita, Komal,
No, sir.
Shraddha.
No, sir.
No doubt. Okay.
No,
So
sir.
let's begin with the third now. Okay. So let's begin with the next practical, that what we are going to say is, now we have completed the full adder and half adder. So just let me exit from this and I'll close this project. Now the next thing what we are going to learn is the comparator we will do it. So what we have, the 2 as to what I can say, let me check it out whether it is 2 as to 4 or what. Let me check it. The comparator is available to me. So this full, I need to go to the download and just go to this comparator. So once I'm going to click on to the comparator, it will open it. Okay. So your comparator means what he is going to do, he is going to check the two input values. He is going to take it and he's give us the output as what? Either it is less than, or it is greater than, or it might be the equal. This is what the role of your comparator. Is it correct? Comparator. So comparator's role is what? To compare whether it is less or greater or it is equal. These three things we are going to do. So let's see now for the implementation. We'll click on to the VHDL code. Now you can see your number 3 down to 0 means 4 bit is there. Then your number is also there, number 2, that is your 3 down to 0. So these 4 bits were checked whether it is less, greater or equal. Okay. So accordingly, you have been written the statement conditional. You have checked whether if num1 is greater than num2, at that time the state of your less will be 0, equal will be 0 and your greater will be 1. If it is condition is true, your greater will be assigned the 1 signal. Else if your num1 is less than 1 means what? Your less must be assigned the signal 1, rest 2 will be given 0. Else again, and the nested if has been used over here, and less has been assigned with the 0, equal has been assigned with the 1 and greater will be assigned with this 0. So here we have ended with the f, here we have ended with the process which we have started as num1 and num2, and we have ended with the architecture. This is what your VHDL code. So let's check the syntax for the same. So let me check the syntax, and now we'll got the message as the check syntax has been completed successfully. So let's see the what we can say, the RTL schematic of the comparator. So once I'm going to click on it, it is going to be added over here and create the schematic. Now you can see the number 1 3 as to 0, number 2 3 as to 0. We are getting either one of the output, whether it is equal, greater or less. Okay, so this is what the black box of your comparator. Everyone getting it? So once I want to write the test bench, I need to go to switch to the simulation and just double click on this TV. So I'm going to get the test bench over here. So now how we are going to write the test bench? Your number, you need to mention it. I have mentioned the first number as 0010 and second number as my 1001. And after that, I have switched that number. I have flipped them. I have changed them. And I waited for 2 nanoseconds. Again, I waited and ended the processor. So let's check the syntax and let's check the console window. Now you can see we got the message as behavioral check syntax has been successfully completed. So once I'm going to click on this simulation behavioral, so you can see the number has appeared over here. So let me change the color of that so that you can understand. So number 1 will be your red. Number 2, we are going to change it to this. So it is applicable to that. Once this less will be changed to the yellow, this greater will be changed to somewhat the blue color. Okay, and the equal, it remains to the green. So let me just check it out. So now you can see whenever we have the values, I can see it over here. So if we zoom it out, so if you are going to change the value, it will automatically, what I can see, so you can see the state will get changed. So once the value will get changed, it is going to give you the output. And now see 1001, 1001, at that time the value will be greater. And whenever 1010 will be there, 1010, at that time it is equal 1. Means 1010, so it is showing the equal. And when it would be 1001 and 001 combination, it is greater. It is showing us. Everyone understood the comparator now? Everyone got it? The comparator? Understood? Yes, Pratiksha, Sanjay Pawar, Vishal Patil. Salman Mulani is there. Rushikesh is there. Understood, everyone? Understood the
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
comparator. Okay. So
Yes.
let me close up with this now. The comparator is also done. Now the last that point which I want to cover is the decoder. Okay. So let me close up with this. And now Swapnil Darshanale want to admit. Okay. Now you can see the decoder is also open over here. So I have created already. So the same procedure is I am going to repeat it. So I did it already itself. Okay. So please try and understand that. And once I'm going to click on the simulation, we have the test bench with us. Now you can see the decoder. Now you can see we will just check first the decoder RTL schematic. So I'll go to the implementation. So let's check the syntax. Now we got the message as the syntax was correct. Let me see the RTL schematics of the same. So let me add the decoder. Now you can see it is now 2 as to 4 decoder we have. Okay. So 2 as to 4 decoder, A, that is vector, is going to start from your 1 down to 0, and B 3 down to 0. Okay. So when your if condition is 0 0, then your B will be like this. If your A is equal to 0 1, then your B condition like this. We have put the if else condition over there. Okay. Now, into the test bench, what we are going to do, we are going to input only the A as 0 0, A as 0 1, and we are going to check the behavior of our B output, as the input will be your A and B will be your output. So let's go to the simulation. There we will check now the VHDL test bench. We need to check the behavioral syntax, and we need to see the, what I can say, the console window. Now you can see we got the message as behavioral check syntax was completed successfully. Okay. So now once I'm going to click on this run the simulation, and now here you can see the A will be there and B will be there. Okay. So let's me just click on it. So now you can see at the time of 0 0 we have 0 1, for 0 1 we have 0 0 1, and for 1 0 we have this 0 1 0 0. Okay. Everyone got it, how it has been done and what it would be? Hmm? Everyone got it? Any doubt in this? If you have any doubt, you can just ask me over here any point that you have not understood from this particular thing. Hmm. How to create the project or how to proceed with the same. Now if you want to go for your multiplexer, what you need to do, suppose you want to develop a 4 as to 1 multiplexer. So what will be there? Whether 4 as to 1 means what? Mux. So multiplexer, so what it does, how many inputs will be there? Hmm. Anyone can share. So can I close this? Can I close? Everyone got it? Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I'll do is this, I'll just stop with that project. So I will close it. So let's discuss only the part of what do you want to just implement. Now instead of that, all this comparator and that what I can say, the decoder, half adder and full adder we have seen. Now if I want to implement the multiplexer, what are the way in which I want to write the VHDL code for the same? Can anyone explain me how to proceed for the VHDL code for 4 to 1 multiplexer? So how many inputs will be there and how many output will be there? You need to just tell me the entity. After that, rest of the things will be in your hand. Only you have to write the respective Boolean equation and you will get the output as desired. Everyone getting it? कळतंय सगळ्यांना कसं करायचं आहे? प्रोसिजर कळाली आहे? काय डाऊट आहे का? नसेल तर कर्वे सरांना सांगून तुमची अटेंडन्स घ्यायला लावतो आता पटकन. Yes. Or I think Pratiksha, you were taking the snapshot of this particular thing and you were submitting it to the sir, no? Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
So you better you take the that long screenshot and submit it to sir. Okay. Now, if you
Yes, sir.
have any doubt, we will discuss it over here. Rather, we will stop. Huh. Yes. Any doubt? Yes, the question is
No,
to
sir.
all. The people are there in the meeting. 38 people are there. Students are there. No, boys side, any doubt? Akash Elmar, Kinal Patil, Omkar Kadam, Sanjay Pawar. Any doubt? Rushikesh More, Salman Mulani, any doubt? Koli, Sudarshan Koli is there. Any doubt if you have, you can stay back into the room. No, sir. Okay, I got the reply from Salman. Yes, Rushikesh,
No,
you want
sir.
to? Okay, Rushikesh. Okay, no issue. You can mute. So this is what there for today's practical. I hope you guys have enjoyed it and understood it. Okay. So let me stop it over here. Okay. So you